Hi everyone, it's me, Lisa Garcia, and I am going to be doing my mock interview. So our first question here is, what are your short-term and long-term range goals and how do you expect to achieve them? Well, my short-term goal is to grow and learn and become proficient in my new role, to learn to adapt to the needs of my patients, of the community, of the office, of the team. I want to be the best provider that I can be and essentially just grow and learn. In the long-term goal is to not only grow and learn and be up to date on the most, advanced medical options out there, but also to be a resource for others then. I love to be a mentor or someone that everyone can kind of go to with questions, concerns, things like that. So not only do I want to be proficient in my role for me and my patients, but I would also love to, in the long term, be able to be a resource for everybody. The next question is, what motivates you? I am truly motivated by the opportunity to take care of the people for my community, make a positive impact on my patients and their families. I love seeing my patients obviously improve, or I love helping them get through a hard time. I just really want to be there for the people, and I do get excited to be able to provide good quality care for the people of my community. Next up is, what does patient-centered care mean to you? Patient-centered care means putting the patient in the heart of the situation, right there in the center, and all the decisions that are made are with the patient right in the middle, and their needs, preferences, and values take precedent over anything we can read in a medical journal. Yes, we have to be educated and know what all the options are, but essentially patient-centered care is listening to the patient's needs, involving them in their own decisions, and creating a supportive environment where they can feel heard and respected and like they're a member of the team as well, which they are. Next is, how do you interact with families and patients? Okay. I interact with families and patients first and foremost with the honest truth. I will often tell it as it is, with keeping, feelings and emotions in the forefront of it as well. But actively listen to patients and their families' concerns and questions and try to provide a clear explanation about the care and the plan and the next steps. Building a trust and rapport is really key to ensure that everyone feels comfortable and informed and essentially safe. Next question is, tell me about your greatest achievements and greatest disappointments. Okay, so I have been in the medical field for probably about 20 years. I've been a nurse for 18, things before that. So I have had many achievements and really just great moments and memories, and I've witnessed miracles. And so from recognizing a crashing patient early and getting a good outcome from that, to even just being there for someone who's going through a really hard time, or helping someone grieve the loss of a family member, and any and all of the recognitions I've gotten from patients and friends and family. They all mean so much to me. I mean, there's no way to say which achievement was greater than the other when it came to, my successful patient care stories. However, thinking about those stories, I really honed in on the common denominator, and it was really the fact that I was part of such an amazing team, collaborating with the people that I got to collaborate with, and just working together to make flawless outcomes, and getting those positive patient experiences as an end goal is really the biggest achievements to essentially be proud of. However, my greatest disappointment or failure was something I would definitely consider a life lesson. I still think about it on occasion. It was definitely earlier in my nursing career, where a more experienced nurse had a hunch on this patient, and I didn't really see what she saw, and I didn't really give her hunch the respect that it probably deserved. And fast forward, her hunch, her gut feeling was spot on, and the patient ended up being more critical than I had given them credit for, essentially. So from that day moving forward, I really learned to take into account other professionals' thoughts, even if they differ from mine, or even if it's just a gut feeling they may have. I really try to look at their perspective that they are bringing to the table. That moment was really impactful for me, and the lesson on how to be a great team member really came through. So, just a reminder that everyone on the team adds value. Next question is, tell me about the best and worst boss you have ever had. So I definitely can tell you the best boss I ever had was someone who was really supportive and encouraging. She definitely led by example, always took the time for positive reinforcement, and, gave a kudos to a good effort. Even if the outcome wasn't the most desirable, she kind of always found the positive in the effort. However, on the flip side, a less desirable boss I've had was really into micromanaging and just didn't trust us as team members, didn't trust that we were going to make good decisions, or, really felt like she needed to kind of hold tight on the reins because, she was uncertain about a lot of the things. And in retrospect, I do think that there was an element of where she was not as comfortable in her role as maybe she thought she was, or maybe she kind of wasn't ready, so that's why she was holding on so tight. But in the end, it all worked out, and she ended up realizing that she needed to trust her team, that we had her back, and that we all kind of came together and did what we know how to do. And once she kind of realized that and let go a little bit, it all worked seamlessly, but it was a bit of a transition. So the next question is, how do you handle stress? And I definitely think that handling stress could be kind of tricky. Sometimes I don't even know that I am feeling stressed or overwhelmed until someone says, "Hey, you look stressed out, you okay?" So I think that is key, is recognition, internal reflection and recognition of your own feelings. And it may sound a little bit lame, but kind of just taking a deep breath and being in the moment and thinking about the here and now instead of the then and when. I know I could sometimes get a little bit lost in the what if this happens, what if that happens, but reflecting, taking a step back, and thinking about the here and now, staying grounded and in the moment, I think that is kind of the best way to kind of address your stress head on in the moment. However, in my off time, beaching and boating. That's my Zen place, and I try to go as often as my soul needs me to. What are you looking for in this job is the next question. I am looking for a role where I can grow and take on new challenges. I want to be a part of a team that one day will become my work family. I want to collaborate and be innovative with professionals that make an impact on the community and the people that I love. And I just want to have a purpose, and that purpose be meaningful. I just want to be part of something big. Okay. What constructive criticism have you received from employers? So one piece of constructive criticism I've received was that I sometimes am too empathetic. While it's great to connect with others, I have learned that I need to set clear boundaries and stay focused on my own tasks. I do truly love humans and I tend to lead with my heart, but I need to make sure I set clear, concise boundaries, and that may even come in with a time frame, not spending too much time essentially chit-chatting with my patients. The last question is, why did you want to become an FNP? So I'm a fireman's daughter, a police officer's sister, a paramedic's wife. Community service is part of me. It's in my DNA. I'm surrounded all by it. It's firefighters, police, EMS. And then I fell in love with medicine. So I have a passion for providing high quality care for people of my community. I was an excellent nurse because I loved my job and I loved people and I loved taking care of people, but I was ready to do more, be more. I am excited to make a bigger impact for the people and really just provide a higher level of care than what I was even providing prior. Thank you.